So we just got back from vacation and I didn't have anything planned for tomorrow morning, so we're going to talk what type of press is best for you when it comes to reloading. So a lot of people out there are probably considering reloading for the first time ever, mostly because of ammo prices and scarcity. I hate to break it to you, when ammo scarcity happens, the next thing that happens is component scarcity. So it may not save you right now, but it's never a bad time to start reloading. I promise you, if you are into this type of tinkering, you're watching my channel, so you're into tinkering anyways, you'll probably enjoy this. But really the question comes down to single stage press or progressive press. And if you have never reloaded in your life and you want one takeaway, get a single stage, go for the cheapy Lee one. I know Lee is not expensive, but the quality is still very good. Lee products are really good for what you pay for them. You can get a whole single stage Lee setup for like $200. That gets you the powder scale. I'll roll in a thing if I can find a picture of it, but it'll get you everything you need to start reloading with one die, one caliber. And the good thing there is for that $200 investment, you can weigh out and see if you like reloading. Because there's no guarantee that you're gonna get into this and go, oh, I love it. You know, some people may get into it and go, this is a lot of work, it's really not for me. Cheap way to get into it. Another thing is single stage press teaches you the fundamentals because there is a pattern to it. There's a repetition to it. There's a whole feel to reloading. There is a science to it, obviously. Right powder charge, right pressures, the correct powders and burn rates. There is a science there. Excuse me. But there is also a lot of art to it. There's a lot of feel in it to know when something is incorrect. Like you'll learn on a single stage that this doesn't feel quite right. That'll help you save some cartridges and maybe some money. So it's a good learning tool. The third thing about a single stage press is it never goes out of vogue. And what I mean by that is, you see I have a Dillon 650, XL650, fully kitted out, and I have like 5 different die sets down there. I have 9mm, 45, 223, I have it all. But notice I still have my old Lee classic die, single stage press. And that's because there are cartridges that I don't load enough of to make it worth buying and changing out the components for one of these, just to switch over for 50 or 100 rounds of 357 that I stash and shoot rarely, you know? So it never is going to, it will always have a place on your bench. You may grow out of it from times. You may find yourself reloading more 9mm, and this will kind of sit on the side of your bench for a long time, but you will come back to it. There will be times where you want to reload some weird caliber. You're not going to buy all the kit for this. To kit this thing out per caliber is $250 if you want everything, maybe a little bit more. Where with this, you buy a new die set and you start rolling. Buy a new die set, and typically the die sets will come, if you buy them from Lee, they'll come with a little base plate for the right caliber. You just start going, have fun. So I'm going to tell a lot of you guys, new people, start out with single stage. You'll outgrow it, but it will never outgrow your workbench. You will always have a reason to use it. You'll come up with something. For me, 357 or 38. 308 I don't load a lot of, so I do it on single. 30-06 for my M1 Garand or 1903 Springfield. Don't load a lot of that, and I load it to M2 ball spec. Don't load a lot of it. Do it on single stage. Weird calibers that come along. A friend of mine wanted to load some 44 Magnum one time. So I was like, for $35, go buy the die set, come over, and I'll teach you how to do it, and you can load up some 44 Mag. So it's never out of vogue. If you have gotten this, you like it, you found out that you really like the hobby, that's when the way I see it is that's when you start upgrading. So find things, use your tools until you have found the maximum amount of use out of them before you upgrade to the next thing. Find that that total level of use where you go, okay, I see where this is lacking, and I see where this nicer one is a lot better. For me, powder measure. Let's see what I got here. I have this. One of the things I bought after I got this was a Redding powder dye. Very expensive powder dye. I think these are like $120 or something, plus the little things. Pretty expensive. Throws a very nice charge, and it does a much better charge than the little plastic one that comes with the lead. So find your upgrades. Find your important upgrades. Because again, you'll never get rid of this stuff. It's always good. When you find that moment that you go, man, I like loading 9mm, I like loading 45 or 223, I really want to crank out a lot of ammo. I want to start getting my ammo pile built up. That's when it's time to consider a progressive press. These things are the Mac Daddies. Believe me, I drink the blue Kool-Aid, as you can see. I love the blue Kool-Aid. These progressive presses, especially the Dillons, are the Mac Daddies of the reloading world. Lots of tools, lots of aftermarket support. When somebody comes and asks about it, I typically say, it's like a slot machine where every time you pull a handle, a cartridge comes out. It's a pretty awesome feeling. So when you get to that stage of, I want to load up 1,000 rounds of 9mm, or I want to load up 1,000 rounds of 223, that's when it's time to start looking at a Dillon, or whatever progressive press you choose. The prices vary. I just drink the blue Kool-Aid because I like the products, I use it. That's when I would say think about upgrading. If right out of the gate, listen, if you got $1,200 burning a hole in your pocket and right out of the gate you want to go progressive, I'm not going to fault you. They're awesome machines. Only thing I would warn you is be careful. Make sure, if you've never reloaded, make sure you take your time to set your machine up. Make sure you understand how it works mechanically. Learn the faults of it. There are a lot of little intricacies that you'll learn using one of these machines. Just make sure you do it safely. One thing about the single stage is it's because you're handling every single cartridge in every single stage, it's a lot harder to screw up. You see the powder going in. You see the bullet getting placed. You check the primers. With one of these, it's really easy to get distracted. Just pulling that handle, put the bullet, pull the handle, put the bullet, pull the handle. That you may have undercharged or double charged the cartridge. You may not have a primer in there. And they happen from time to time. But that's why I always say learn your fundamentals on a single, then bump up to a progressive, because again, never goes out of style. It's always good. It always sits next to my bench ready to be used. This still, because I load up 9, 45, 223, everything else, this still takes the cake. So that's what I say about single versus progressive. Start out single, move to progressive when you're ready. If you got 12 grand, if you got 1,200 bucks burning a hole in your pocket, go call up Dillon and pick one of these up, because you won't be disappointed either. I'm going to start thinking of some other reloading things to talk to you guys about. We'll figure out some other things, reloading 5.56, 223, what calibers to start with. I say 45 or 9 is a great way to start. We'll talk about that a little bit later because of all the sizing and extra work that goes into 9mm. 223. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys do, I got overwhelming support for reloading content. So if you guys want to see more reloading stuff, let me know. I've been reloading for probably about going on 7 or 8 years now. I'm not an expert, but I know a lot. So if you have any questions, leave them below. I'll probably get into there and answer them. Beyond that, let me know what you guys want to hear. What video ideas you guys have for reloading stuff. If you want me to take you through how to set up a Dillon, I can do that. That's easy. Switching out the parts for the Dillon. If you want to see how to run 9mm on a Dillon or a 45 on a Dillon, or how to run 30-06 on a single stage, let me know. I can easily set those videos up and get them out for you guys so you guys can see, help you maybe make a decision on, do you want to get into reloading? Personally, I love it. It's a great hobby. It gets you away from the wife. It brings you out to the garage. You put on a YouTube video or HBO or something and just sit and crank away. And then you have, 1,000 rounds of awesome sitting in a box afterwards, which is pretty cool. But anyways, guys, I will catch you guys on the next one. See ya.